Hey y'all, I'm Cody McCarver, and I'm here to tell you the story behind my new single, Through God's Eyes. Back in 4 or 5 years ago, I started writing this song, and it all spawned from my daughter, at like age 6 or 7 years old, asking me questions about this homeless gentleman that lives in our small town in Dunlap, Tennessee. And she would always say, "Daddy, how come he don't have this?" Or, "Daddy, why are all these cans piled up in front of that old house? And why doesn't that old house have windows in it?" And she was really worried, at such a young age, and I was kind of blown away that she was so worried. So we sat down and we were talking about it, and I told her, I said, "Honey, no matter who he is or where he's been or where he ends up, he looks just like you and I through God's eyes." And when I said it, it just immediately, as a songwriter, I said, "Wow, this might be something." And I sat down and started writing, and the first verse and, of course, the story about Jim just popped out like that. And then I sat for weeks and then months and then years trying to finish the song, and didn't know where to go with it. I wrote it and threw it away and rewrote it and threw it away. And then finally I was sitting in a hotel in Southern California with a friend of mine named Davey Smith, who's the co-writer on this song. And I said, "Davey, I've been writing this song for like 5 years almost, and let me play it for you." So I played it for him. I said, "I don't know where to go from here." And he said, "You need to write the next verse about a guy that's in prison." And a lot of people don't know this, but I guess they're going to now. My dad is in prison, and he's serving a life sentence for first-degree murder. And the day that my dad committed the crime that he committed, he was in the holding cell there in the small town jail where I live. And I walked up to the cell, and he looked at me and he said, "Son, I won't never see heaven now, will I?" And that was a really strong statement. And I always try to write a song about that story and about him and what he did, because he was, never been in trouble, or was just a hard-working, church-going man. And I was never able to write that song, but when Davey said that to me, it just sparked this interest that I'd write this next verse about my dad. So when you hear the song, his name's Bill, and my mom's name is Delilah. And she found a boyfriend after being married for 30 years, and I guess my dad couldn't handle that. And he shot this guy at a service station in my small town, and then moved on to the jail and turned himself in. So not saying what he done was right or wrong, just that no matter what he done, he looks just like you and I through God's eyes. And then the last verse of the song is about a long-haired guitar picker in a hillbilly band, and I guess we won't probably have to look too far to find him. So I hope you enjoy the song and the story, and thanks for believing that we all do look the same through God's eyes.